Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Summer, and I am presenting my second project for the World Bank Group course, massive open online course called Digital Dividends. Now, I intend to address this to my colleagues to explain to them something I have learned about the impact of technology that I think will be useful to them. Now, the problem I actually want to prefer a solution to is the fact that many people just know that the internet does exist, but they don't know how to harness its full potentials to actually help them to advance themselves in the new economy that is emerging. What do I mean by that? Statistics specifically give us that about 7 in 10 people know that the internet exists but do not know how to use it. And about 4 in 10 Africans, to be specific, actually do not even know what the internet is. They only know about how to use mobile phones and make calls. This is too poor. Now, I believe that there are obstacles that are holding us back from actually moving to that stage where we can become a society, especially Nigeria, that is as literate as the developed world, so that we can move from always being called countries into being called a developed country. Now, some of the obstacles that can actually hold us from getting ahead in this endeavor are poor quality of services, both from private sectors and public sectors. You find that some of these data providing companies, sometimes the way the data comes is epileptic. It works now and tomorrow it doesn't work. Many Nigerians and Africans can easily relate to this. And what is the government doing about this? There are some European countries that have actually made access to broadband internet a legal right, but Nigeria is very, very, very far from that. And what can be done about this? More awareness, better policies that can change things all around to make sure that even education is accessible online if internet access is guaranteed. The Joint Admission Matriculation Board conducts examinations every year, and sometimes less than 30 to 40% of the students who have actually passed these examinations are able to get admission into universities. What do we have happening? We have people who are waiting for another opportunity to get into higher institutions. They could develop themselves and give themselves an edge if they had the ability to actually have access to internet facilities at least a cheaper rate. Another thing that could cause this not to work is even if the policies are put in place, we could have the problem of bureaucracy, so much red tape, so many processes required just to solve a little problem. Let's say, for instance, a competition comes now from private sector and begins to give internet services in a way that is affordable. You could find there could actually be opportunities for the incumbent industries and firms to go to the law to try to stop it. And this is the way bureaucracy could actually act as a hindrance. And the last question is, why do I think that government and private sectors should actually get involved in this? It is important for both the private sector and the government sector. We are almost close to the election period in Nigeria, where I'm giving you this video from. And if the government, any government that could actually ensure that technology improves, could help in a lot of ways. First of all, we talk about the cashless policy. Digital finance is going big, cryptocurrency is going big, a lot of things that could actually help Nigerians to stop depending on cash, to stop depending on subsistence economy and low scale economies. If brilliant students who are at home, who cannot afford high quality education, at least if they could afford access to the internet, they could get and access skills such as I have just accessed now through this massive open online course that could help them to actually get good, well-paying jobs and carry on in life. In most advanced countries, you do not necessarily need to have a degree to get along if you have the necessary requisite skills, and these can be made available if the government should tap into the project of actually making sure that every youth, not just every youth, everyone who requires some help in getting ahead can have access to the internet in a way that helps it to be beneficial. This will have a rollover effect on the people. This will have a rollover effect on the economy. Less idle people, less unemployment, because you would have people who actually have access to the internet making things work for themselves without necessarily relying on the government for benefits or looking for other criminal ways to get ahead in life. Thank you.